Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real. Lead us from darkness to light. Lead us from death to immortality. And evermore shine in our hearts with your resplendent face. Om peace, peace, peace be unto us all. So we are again on our discussion. We are almost coming to the end of this book. 10th chapter is ending soon, but soon means not tomorrow. But and I always like to drag on, so that's why it can take 1 month, 2 months. But we'll have to. It will not that long. It will take to end. But this very important chapter is the concluding chapter of Yoga Vasishta Sara, the nectar of supreme knowledge. And what is the essential message? This is the text which is ranked as the highest in Vedantic text literature. One of the top scripture in Vedanta is called Yoga Vasishta. And its conclusion is this: is not for ordinary Vedanta student. The world is not there. What you see is not there. It's all your fiction of your mind. People get angry if say, oh, your imagination, you are imagining something. People get upset. But they are boldly saying, you all intelligent people, what you see, what you think, is all fiction of your mind. There's nothing as such. And that is that. You cannot say what is that. You cannot describe that. And it is at that time, at that point of time, you are dead. You, this you who is talking, this you is dead. You will be there, but you're not there. Your body not function. You are not breathing. You are not seeing. You are not doing anything. So, but it is a state of awareness. It is the state of consciousness. It is a state of joy and blessings, eternal blessing, not seeking for anything, not renouncing anything. What to renounce? What to accept? There is nothing but one absolute, and you are that. And that we are hearing all the time. But this is denying the existence of this relative thing which we are crying and weeping in that transactional universe, isn't it? No? This is our world. So serious. It is and we have to cry, we have to wait, you have to fight, you have to be angry, you have to going. What is going on in this mad world? According to them, not me. I am a part of that mad world, so I am also mad. But it is what they are talking about. This is a universal message that you see every day, you feel every day that universe is like this. It is not existence at all, and you are only creating your own mental hallucination. And you are thinking you are there and it is all like this. But when you go, even in this experience, not in samadhi or any other thing, but when you come to the experience, then at or yeah, but I want to see all of it. Okay. So what you see, it vanishes. You are giving so much value, but if you go to sleep now, gone. This universe of your seriousness, this frustration, anger, achievement, accomplishment, you are an educated person, you are a rich person, you are a poor person, you are happy, you are unhappy. What does it vanish in one split second? So is the world real? If you want to say real, real definition of reality, as we always know, that it is now, present, it was there in the past, and it will be in the future. And the 3 periods of time which remains, that is called the truth. If your sleep condition takes away this visible universe, and visible universe takes away the sleep condition, and the dream condition, this is negated, and now dream is negated. How can they, these three, nothing of them can be permanent entity and true. So it is all your mental fiction. You stop your mind, everything is gone. So this is the philosophy. So we are studying that. That's why it's called. Will you say it is void? Nothing? Well, that I can't say that. Then it is full? Well, I can't say that. Because if you say something, you limit it. Who will say? Who has a mind, he will have to say. But who, that state is beyond mind. So how can you put anything there? So this is that's why I say this is a serious book, and the concluding chapter is the giving the nutshell what we have read so much, that this world of appearance is mere appearance, a fiction of your mind. Don't give too much emphasis on it. We give too much unnecessary emphasis. No. As a result, this duality has caught our neck. It wants to hold us tight. So this is a very important point to understand, that how we have to get out of this. Is it we are wrong, or is it the sages who have experienced they are wrong? Yoga Vasishta, who is the propounder of his statement, is wrong, or we are right? We are wrong. Both cannot be wrong. And Swami Sarvadevananda Maharaj has raised this question, that is this world as we see, we say it is reality, and few people say it is like filled with consciousness, it is filled of joy, only that. Are they right or we are right? So many people saying, and he argues, so many people does not mean it is a truth. So many people say it starts of the dots of light. Scientists say no, it is much. You cannot compare. One dot is how big? No, because there, if you take a boat, this side will get 0 vote, and millions will come on this side. I see my eyes, I saw that. So, because many people see, many people experience, it does not mean that that is true. It is scientists only who have finer instruments to see, feel, understand. Their words value. Their experience is a valued experience. So that is the way, because we don't experience that in this present condition of the mind, does not make that what we see is reality, and what the sages are talking about, it is unreal. You cannot just rather take the words of the sages. So we read up to the verse number 15, and what we read is that that's a beautiful mantra for meditation we talked about. That this Atman which we are talking about, this is wonderful. Nistarango Atigambhira, page 321, 10th chapter, 15th verse. Nistarango Atigambhira Sandrananda Sudharnava Madhurja Ekarashadhara Eko Evasti Sarvata. Meditate on this one line. You will get Brahmagyan. But he says, Nistaranga, think of the ocean where there is no ripple, no taranga. Nistaranga, and it oti gambhira. You go to its depth, profound, unfathomable. You cannot find where it ends, where it begins. No? Oti gambhira. Nistaranga. Just take yourself in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. Think, there's no one, only you are there in the middle of the Pacific. And feel, everywhere is water, water, water. And there is no ripple, no wave on the surface. And you see the profound depth of that ocean. That is yourself, your nature. Atigambhira, Sandrananda Sudharnave. Sandrananda. What is Sandrananda? Sandrananda is Ananda. Sandra. Sandra means condensed. It is bliss. How much bliss? To make it bliss, it is milk. It is a condensed milk. It is a kheer. But in India, we know. You people don't know in this country. Kheer means you have to boil the milk and do it in the low heat and just try to turn it so that it does not catch in the floor, bottom, and then be condensed and condensed and condensed and condensed. It's a thick condensed milk, but it is only thick. Ananda, if you can imagine in your brain, Ananda is like milk, and you just put it in slow heat. 10 pound of milk condensed into what? Half a pound of condensed, that is called kheer in India. So it is not only Ananda, condensed Ananda. You cannot understand how deep and how profound is that Ananda. That is all joy, bliss. What you are seeking for one petty joy of eating, sleeping, and smiling, and crying and weeping like that. There is joy in crying also, no? Crying and weeping also. So that you are bothered about, and this is the condensed infinite joy. Understand that. And that is Madhurja Eka. Madhurja Eka Rasa. Rasa means, again, rasa. You know rasa? When the Rasagulla comes, the syrup. All juice, they are describing Ananda, syrup, juice, condensed,
very sweet,
giving an idea how sweet is it to people like us who have no concept of that reality, giving that idea. And that eko rasa, not multiple taste, only one absolute, joyful, blissful, sweet rasadharo. You say, adhara means the container. In you, in your real I, eko, that one is a only. Osti is sarvata, and everywhere it is. It's not that it is here. It is not that it is there. It is everywhere. So, if Vedanta says, if that is the only there, then where are you? Where is your existence? That's why Swami Vivekananda also said in one place, very powerful statement. Either you say that you are the only reality, or you say you are nothing. You cannot stand in between. Your existence is zero. 7 billion people, who are you and me? We all say, I think this way. My opinion is like that. Or, well, okay, who cares your opinion, and who are you? Nonsense. You think you are so big. Who cares for your views? I don't want it. I want this way. You want this way. You go. Do your way and see what happens. You get battered by the world. But no one can batter you if you think I am in everywhere. Who can batter you? Who is there second to batter? So this is the Vedanta Dindima. This is called the roaring voice, the lion's voice of Vedanta. That's a roaring power. That is the only reality. Therefore, either you say you are or you are not. This petty existence has no meaning. So don't make it very big issue of these petty things of this life. Think big, think vast. This is the way to think. Yeah. Huh?
Girish had written about Nagmasha and Swamiji.
What?
Two people have escaped from that of Maya.
Ah.
But Swamiji made
No, it is
so
not.
large that
Yeah.
couldn't be trapped, and Nagmasha was so small that he slipped.
Anyhow, so that is true, but this is to be meditated upon and get the energy. Not reading will do. Get the energy inside. And stand up. Say who you are. Huh? Oh, Rama has done, Sama has done. What is that to me? Suppose Vivekananda has done. So what is that to me? I remain in my own mud house. Huh? No, I will have to get up. This is also for me. That's the beauty of Vedanta. Vedanta is not saying it is for only Rina and not for me. Or it is for you and not for me. Each soul is potentially divine. And the goal is to manifest this divinity within. Swamiji's idea. Huh? Each soul. He is not saying, oh, in me is little more and in you is little less. Everywhere same. So, such a roaring message of Vedanta that we read last time. So, that very reality, that is only one without a second. That exists everywhere. But what is that? It's the nectar of condensed bliss. Waveless. There is no ripple, no wave. Extremely profound. And the only substratum of all the sweetness or joy or bliss. That we read. Now, we are in the 16th verse on page 323. The seeker of liberation is advised to be aware of the truth. So we are what? We are all seekers of liberation. Huh? We are seeking for this freedom to attain, this liberation to be achieved in this life. So what you to do? Listen this and go and think I am this, I am the worst guy in the world, I am not fit for anything, I am lost. Will you say that? That we are doing every day. They say nothing happens in our life. Take this current, tell this charge, and think about that. Yes, how it is rationally true, how it is intellectually you can convincingly say, yes, it is. How can you? Come, you can go and sit your place. He was sitting in some place. That's So that is the point. The seeker of liberation, we are the seekers of liberation. We will have to practice something. We are missing here. This place, but I do not know. Maybe hundreds and thousands of talks have been given from this podium, starting from Swami Sarvadevananda, visiting Ashokananda. All the great people came here, spoke here from this platform, Atman, 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 and we are also saying Atman, Atman, Atman. What is happening? Why not something happening? Yeah, because we don't take it seriously. We read it, it's a nice book, and then you go, immediately we come down to our own pool, the small pool. I say, Ramakrishna gave the example, there was one, what is that? The
well. The well.
No, tied with a stone. Mongoose. Mongoose used to live in a hole, and he wants to get out of the hole. We live in our small hole. This is me, that is me, this much is this, I am nothing, I am this. And we want to come out. By that time you lift a little bit, there is a tie. A big stone is tied with your tail. And pull, and you drop, again you go back to your own suit. Why? Here is a stone and tied to the tail. What is tie here? Our attachment. Our non-accepting this truth. We accept this reality. This is my reality. This is my nonsense I, which has no credibility, no permanent reality, permanent existence. And I live in that consciousness and awareness. And I'm happy with it, to cry every day, to smile every little bit, with getting little pampering, ha 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 ha. And then I feel I'm like a balloon, I'm big guy. Tomorrow someone says, hey, what is you? Then I get punched and I get to move. So we are a puppet in the hand of the world. That's what to do. Think this way. Vedanta says there is no other weapon. Shravana, Manana, Nididhasana. Listen this truth again and again. And not listening means reading the book. Then go monana. In every action, every footsteps we put, we will work in the world. But let us have this thought like a force act inside. Constantly it should churn our mind and give a boosting to that. And in one blessed moment, nididhyasana, deeper concentration, and that will lead to the realization of the truth. And it has happened to so many sages and saints, and it is happening even today to many people. And it will happen for us if we are serious about it. We are serious about, or suppose if I am hungry today, how serious am I to get my food? If I don't get sleep tonight, how serious I will be for having a good sleep? We do have our sincere yearning and feeling of wideness. But who, Ramakrishna said, who cries for God? His simple language. People shed jar full of tears for this and that in the world. But what about God? What about that treasure house which is inside? And that is me. I'm not going to steal someone's property. That is here sitting all the time. So that's why the 16th verse starts. The seeker of liberation is advised to be aware of the truth constantly. That's why Vedanta says, Ashupte, Amrite, until you go to bed, from the waking point, when you wake up in the morning, till you go to bed, Ashupte. And not 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, I have done for 10 years, I am doing Vedanta for 5 years, or I am starting today. No, Amrite, this body will be taken into cremation ground. Till that day, Kalangnayat, spend your time by Vedanta Chintaya, by this type of thinking, by this type of powerful thought. Saturate your heart by this type of thought. Weakening thought, Swami Vivekananda says, death. Those who think day and night, weak, I am weak, I am weak. What this strength will come if we are not physically strong, mentally strong? This question does not come. It is for the most strong mind. That's why I said strong mind and strong body is necessary for Vedanta and learning. It is not the weak mind. And with little emotion, crying and weeping, that is not for strong mind. Those are good, but you have to go up, above. So it says, Samastam khalu idang brahma, Samastam khalu idang brahma, Sarvam atmedamagatam, Sarvam atmedamagatam, Ahamanya idancha anya, Aham anya idancha anya, iti akhandang na khandaya, iti akhandang na khandaya. Don't khanda, don't make to two pieces. Khanda means break it into two. Akhanda, that which is unbroken, that which is all pervasive. Don't try to break it into two. We live in duality, that's called two. Don't try, in your all attempt, you should try not to break this universal oneness. But what we see? From morning, we see only duality. You are separate, I am separate, he is my friend, he is my enemy. She is like that, he is like that. This is the worst guy, and this is the person making my life hell. This, that. We live in the duality. You are making khanda. One piece into many khanda. How are you doing? Your maya, mind, which is a expression of maya, with that sword, you are chopping everything. Ignorance. The sword of ignorance, you are cutting that one into infinite. Why? Or anadi akhandam. Anadi means which has no beginning, and which has no end. That infinite, Why are you trying to make it separate, divide it, and make it multiple? Yes, our world is multiple world. Huh? We cannot live in the world without duality. But then you have to go somewhere else? No. But this under this diversity there is oneness. What's that oneness? Everything is made of gold. But gold ornaments are all different in design. So, samastam khalidang brahma. Everything is gold. Everything is Brahman. Everything is Satchidananda. Samastam. Samastam means what? Everything. This computer, this table, this chair, this speaker, this microphone, this light, this lamp, this sky, air, water, everything. Samastam is all. There is nothing left. Samastam is, that's why Sanskrit is so profound. It is to be meditated upon. It does not just one word. English translation, if you say all. And you think we have understood. What do you understand about all? Here is meditation. Think whatever is in your mind. Everything falls in the limit of all. But this all is nothing matter. It is Sat Brahma. It is all Kalu. Idam. Idam means whatever you see, with the eyes see, with a touch you feel, your tongue tastes, no? With the five senses you perceive the whole universe. And your mind creates some imaginary thing, as in the dream, as in the sleep. You also create fantasy in your mind. All these are nothing but Brahman. That Satchidananda, that absolute bliss and absolute joy. So what you do? Sarvam Atma Idam Atmedam Agatam. It is all Atman. It has come from there all. Everything has come out of that. So this entire visible universe is Brahman. In reality, all these objects which have been outstretched around nothing but the self. What you see outstretched, everything, it is nothing but the real I, not this fake I. This fake I you see every day is changing, is it not? Because it is fake, it changes every day. What is fake and what is real? Definition of normal in our life, what is fake? Yeah, you are making a fake show or a face, no? That means that's not your real face. And it changes. But what is that? This unchanging, that is the thing, that is the self. There is no change in that. Space, does it get changed? In the space, things can come and go. The sun, big sun come to our little sun and chunk up the sun, came out of the big sun and started rotating here. By that time, sun has ran away from somewhere else. So this, our solar system came. No? So it is, but it is happening in the space. But what happens? Space is not bothered about that. How many suns, how many millions, trillions, billions. So it is unaffected by that. So Atman is unaffected by all these things. It's too big a philosophy, too big a theory. That's why I say this book, before reading, we should have to have competence. Competence is that one who has done enormous devotional practice. Prayer, japa, meditation, going to pilgrimage, holy company, listening to scriptures, have done that. And as a result, mind has become purer and purer and purer and become very clean, crystal clear. Then this word, 1 year, he will be getting, oh my God, what I got it. What I achieved today, no? So that is the catching. You need to have competence. And competence means competence of the mind. Mind should be trained to think for a long time. That mind which is engrossed in the world, that mind which is engrossed in only making these worldly things in life as the goal of life, this will not at all enter there. That's why this book is read very. See, this is such a wonderful book. Huh? How many people know about the book? How many people read this book? Huh? So that is the point. So this to grow taste for Vedanta itself is a great fortune. It shows that your heart is little pure. And without that, you see, people will say, why he's talking like that? That's why in this type of discussion, you can find few 50, 60, 100 people, 200 people, no? But you give some popular pep talk, how many? How many millions things come over? Because there is a popular mind. Popular mind can take up to their level, in their level. Huh? But no one is stopping in spirituality. They are also moving. We are all moving. But it needs more clarity of the mind, purity of the mind. And that comes only by loving God, selfless work, all these things which are been described by the sages in different texts. So, idam samastam khulu brahma. Idam samastam. So when you, from today, can you think like that? Whatever you see, your eyes are falling. Idam, this harmonium, this table, this you are all sitting, this pew, this one, idam, idam, idam. Will you click this mantra? Idam sarvam khalu. Surely Brahma is that Satchidananda, that Ananda, that bliss, which is just we read the other verse. Condensed bliss. Nothing but, as I said just now, think that you are in the middle of the Pacific Ocean and feel that you are just sunk in a position where everything is all bliss, ocean of bliss. Every bit of the water of ocean is only, it is nothing but bliss, bliss, bliss. He will be overwhelmed to thinking this way. Yeah? And there anything comes in that range, everything is only Ananda, Satchidananda. That meditation. Eh? That way, idam agatang sarvam. All these have come from where? All the names and forms and ripples and waves come from what? Sarvam atma eva. It has come from my own real self, which is Brahman. Aham anna idanchanat. When you say, I am aham anna, I am separate. And idam, this is separate from me. Huh? Whenever you bring this idea, I am separate, you are separate, this is separate, this is separate. Yes, in the day-to-day life. If you don't say it is all separate, then you are a crazy guy. They will put you to psychiatrist. And what he says, no? That's why even you see that many spiritual people were very much penalized, punished, no? In Christianity, of course, more, because they are not conventional. If it is not conventional, in every religion, true people, the genuine people will be rarely understood. No? That there is, Ramakrishna talked about a story that one sadhu is not a sadhu, holy man has come, but he's like a crazy guy. And he is moving in the street with no much good clothing, and no hair is all disabled and this and that, rustic. And the boys, seeing that crazy guy, someone is throwing something and hitting something, and he's bleeding here and there. But that guy is, he's always in such a mood of joy, and he's seeing that boys are playing with him as it were, but they're throwing stone and making him bleed. But to him, it is all fun. And seeing Ramakrishna, seeing that, says, wow, huh? See, he's a Paramahansa. Huh? And that Paramahansa, then Hridayaram, his nephew, he got the word from Ramakrishna, he's a Paramahansa. So Ramakrishna is sitting there, he misbehaves with him. But he wants to see the Paramahansa. Ramakrishna said Paramahansa. He started following him. And he's following and saying, Acha, what is the sign of knowledge? What is the sign of knowledge? Can you tell me? Can you tell me? And he's going. And ultimately, he was ignoring. And he said, I do not know, I do not know. Lastly said, when the Ganges water, the water of the Ganga, and the water of the polluted drain you will be able to see the same, this and this same. Then you know that you have your knowledge. So, but see, outside such a person, so the distinction has got that holy man is seeing the children's play, means he is playing with himself as it were. Who can smile at the point when someone is throwing something to bleed him? No? But he has not that sense. He lives in another state of consciousness. So that is the idea. Ahamanna, I am separate. Idam channat, this is separate. Iti, thinking this, akhandang nakhandayo. Make a practice from today. Don't see diversity. See the oneness behind the diversity. We see only diversity. Our whole days, all the criticism, all the praise, all the words what we express, seeing that I am separate and you are separate, you are bad or you are good, I am bad, I am good. This type of distinction, that is our day-to-day life. But it says this very thought that you are separate. You're hurting anyone, you are hurting yourself. Swami Vivekananda said. Practical Vedanta is what? Practical Vedanta is to see the oneness. And how can you see? He said, why you should be charitable? Swamiji raised this question. Why one should be charitable? Because by charity, you are helping others. No, you are helping yourself. Because you are there in that. You do not know. That attracts you. Why you feel attracted to help someone? Because you see oneness there. The suffering. You identify with the suffering. Because you may have also felt some suffering. You are level sensitive to feel that. That means oneness. Whenever oneness comes, then service comes. Mother loves the baby. Love is so deep. Baby is suffering, mother feels the suffering. Baby smiles, mom smiles. Identification. Even baby does not say what is the problem, but mom says, oh, the baby has a stomach pain. How do you know it is stomach pain or headache? The baby cannot say anything. But you can tune in that level of oneness. So oneness is there in every level. But this is the idea. I will not akhandang nakhandayo. Don't split that which is akhanda. Unbroken reality. Absolute truth. So this entire visible universe is Brahman only. In reality, all these objects which have been outstretched around are nothing but the self. Therefore, do not sever that one undivided, non-dual reality with such thought. You will sever here by what? Not with a sword. We don't make this division by, but it is our ignorance. Ignorance happens in your mind, thought, thinking. Everyone, whole relationship world depends on the mind, is it not? The same mind finds friendship with someone, the same mind finds enmity with the others. It's the mind. So mind does this thing and mind creates this division. Therefore, this non-dual, do not sever that one, that undivided, that non-dual reality with such thoughts. This is your thought. Change your thought process. There is no division. It may appear in name and form, like the waves and ripples and bubbles and foams appear to be all different, but they are all constitutionally H2O. Similarly, this also. So, with such thoughts as I am different, the objects are separate from me. Don't think that way. So that means try to think the oneness. What is the oneness? The same consciousness here, same consciousness there. Somewhere potent, somewhere manifested. Power is the same. And that same voltage runs through all the lights and bulbs and everywhere, no? You see the only manifestation. You see one manifestation there, one manifestation here, another manifestation there, some manifestation there. Manifestation are there. You can see as heat, you can see it as cold. But this supply energy, which is unseen, not seen by us, we can see physically this manifestation. But we cannot see the electricity. Can you see the electricity? Even electricity you cannot see. But the question of Brahman will you see? But you can see the manifestation of that electricity in the engine, in big engine running, small engine running, no? All the computers running. There is energy. There is that electricity. So that consciousness pervades, and that is me. So go to the root, dive deep into the root of it. That's why you meditate. When you meditate, we want to dive deep. That's why the song, Dubu 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 dup sagore amar mon. Oh my mind, dive deep into the core of your heart, no, in your mind. And if you go there, then you will get all the jewels and pearls and jewels. So that is the point, to go down. On the surface, all are different. But when you go back to the ground, then there you see the diversity is only in fictitious thing of the mental creation.
Shankara said that the person who sees the slightest difference between himself and everyone else goes from death to death.
Yeah, that's which says, no. It is Kathopanishad says. Mrityu samrityum apnoti jayyo naneva pashyati. Kathopanishad says, the similar verse, that Mrityu samrityum apnoti. He goes from death to death. Jayyo naneva pashyati. He who sees there are many. You are separate, I am separate, this is separate, that is separate. Jayyo nana. Nana is not there, many is not there. Nana eva. You see as if it is all divided. But for us, it is not as if, it is divided. So, Upanishad says, Kathopanishad, Mrityu, death. He goes from death to drowning death. Mrityu samrityum apnoti. Apnoti means he receives, attains. Ya, that person, iho, in this world, nana means many, nana pashyati. Nana eva, like many. He sees like many. Now the 17th verse. How many questions are have come? That's okay. Jadaiva brahmano rupam, Jadaiva brahmano rupam, Tatang buddham akhanditam, Tatang buddham akhanditam, Tada vistirna samsara, Tada vistirna samsara, Param Isharatangata, Param Isharatangata. Jadaiva Brahmana Tatam Akhanditam Rupam Buddham. Whenever Brahman is realized as all pervading, Jada means when, Eva, whenever Brahmana, by Brahman, the all pervasive Satchidananda, the consciousness, bliss, absolute, Brahmana, Tatam, is spread everywhere. Akhanditam, unbroken. It is not that this house is up to this part. It is not beyond the door. You can divide it. Or you can make a partition of this room, no? But in Brahman, you cannot do any partition. Even if you do partition, it penetrates into the partition. It's so fine. So you cannot cut in any way. You cannot have any weapon to cut it. But mind has the power to cut it into pieces and make multiple reality. So when yada eva, whenever Brahmana tatam, Brahman which is all pervaded, tatam is all pervaded and it is akhanditam, it is unbroken, rupam, undivided reality, then buddham, if you can understand that, realize that, when it is realized, what will happen? Tada vistirna samsara parameshwaratangataha ma. Then your eye will open. Then you will see that tada vistirna samsara, this world, is so vast and so deluding. We are trying to get out of this samsara now, is it not? But if you can practice that and your experience comes, then you will see that samsara vistirna is all pervaded by Isharatangatam. It is all pervasive by the Parameshwara, Supreme Self. That consciousness is nothing but that consciousness. See, the vision, let's call the vision, opens up. Your new vision will be opened up. New vista. That will come up. When from ignorance to light. That's why we prayed every day. Lead us from the death to immortality. We are living in death, is it not? Every moment we are dying, is it not death? See, 7 o'clock we started, the man of 7 o'clock is dead. Now a new man is now at 8:30, no? And tomorrow morning, this man though look same, but that man is dead, another man will come up. It is happening every second. Mrityu. We are in death. But we want to go to immortality. So that is the path that what you to do? That Brahman is realized. You have to realize Brahman. How? It is as all pervaded. Whatever you see, wherever your eyes go, it is all permeated, interspersed. They give the example of the cloth. The cloth is what you call a cloth. What is cloth? Cloth is nothing but the thread interspersed. It is only thread. But do anyone say, bring me the thread? Though it is nothing but thread, oh, bring my shirt, bring my cloth, bring my pant. No. So you are saying transactional world. One thread. We never say, bring the thread.
Swami, now the kids are saying nice threads.
Yeah. So, you see, thread is not used, but it is thread only. Similarly, everything is interspersed with Brahman. There's nothing but. But we only, in our dualistic behavior, we'll name them and we have a direct form of it, and this we like it, we dislike it, or whatever we do. Because name and form, whenever it comes, I also have name and form. My mind comes into picture. So immediately my likes and dislikes come. So that's why it is said that it is vistirna, it is interspersed, is widespread, samsara. And this universe, which is frightening to me, which is always taking me to dark and darker state of personality or feeling, will appear. It is transformed. It is nothing but I don't see anything but God. Shankaracharya says, no, I refer many times. Shankara says that this world as we are seeing was so deep in my consciousness. Now at this point of revelation, where did it vanish? Where did it go? So it didn't go, it didn't come. It was hallucination. Some people are dreaming. Maybe their whole night I am dreaming a bad dream. Huh? But when the dream breaks, what happens? Where the dream tiger goes away, where the dream fear, where the dream Rasagulla goes away, where the dream ice cream goes away. Huh? Where the good experiences of the dream, where the bad experiences of the dream all go away. Where do they go? Where did they come from? Where did they go? Similarly, this will be a bigger dream. This will also go. That's why Shankara says, I was watching this universe so beautiful or so dreary. Where did it vanish? Like the dream breaks as soon as you're, hey, come on. Why are you groaning in your dream? Somebody said, some devil or some ghost is catching my neck and holding me tight. Huh? Then I said, put the light on. It happened. One time it happened. That one, we are all brahmacharis, sadhus together, staying in one place. There are 7 such rooms. We call 7 sages. 7 sages residence. So it is called Saptarshi. Anyhow, so I was working, maybe it is almost midnight, writing something. And next, after 2 rooms of me, there was one Swami, and he was sleeping, and he started making big noise. And all are sleeping, but I was still awake. So I came out, and what has happened? I see in his bed, he is safe in his bed, but he's crying and weeping and making so much noise. Then I pounded on the door and said, put the light on, what has happened? What has happened? And then ultimately, from the deep dream mood, he came up and put the light on, and I was seeing, just perspiring like that. But what has happened? Oh, and he was looking at the window. Through the window, some ghost has come and extended the hand and caught his neck, as it were, and he was feeling that choked situation. That's why he was crying. I'm smiling, but he is experiencing. So will you say what is true? As soon as it broke, where did this ghost go? Such tormenting situation continued for such a long time, and really it affected the physical body. His heart is pounding. And then I took a glass of water and then asked him to drink and sat with him for some time, and then became normal. No. So this world is like that. This will vanish in a moment when is awakened. Awakened means light. That's why all the mystics talk about the light. Hello, radiant light. Light is the symbol of ignorance. That's why lead us from darkness to light. We pray every day, no? Darkness to light. Darkness is ignorance. To the light means where knowledge comes, wisdom comes. And this mistaken identity leaves us then.
Like Tucker said, the room which has been dark even for 1,000 years, if you strike one match, then it immediately becomes.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the time up. So we got not much to read. Only that's why I read only 1 verse or 2 verse. But that's why. But what to say more? To absorb these ideas, no, little bit. If we practice 1 ounce of it, our life will be totally changed. You will be not the same personality as you are today. You will be a lion. Swami Vivekananda used to say, that's right. Vedanta, Garchati, Vedanta, Siddhanta, Nartati. That means that this should manifest in our life. That means what we read today, think, don't break that unbreakable. Don't cut to pieces into duality. You are separate, I am separate, we have done enough. Bring a new perspective of life. Though you are separate, but intrinsically, in the core of us. That one consciousness is the supply energy behind you, behind me, behind the good people, bad people, the God, goddesses, angels. One energy. One energy is supplying everything. So we dive into that consciousness. Okay, I find that one question has come. I bought Vedanta book and like to listen to the lecture and read the book. But I also need to study for my certification course. How to choose where to spend out our time in. Oh my God, what shall I say now? These classes are going on. Why not listen to these classes? What are you doing? Why you need to do more? Rather, what we read today, you make a study for 7 days. Don't think of anything. Day and night think this thought. That's enough. But we want to go to get some other courses. Yeah, endless study we can do. But it's practice. We need to do practice, So what we have read today, just if you take that and start thinking, and that will make you a real, genuine seeker of truth, and that will really unfold the truth what is hidden inside. So we may have some other question. So if you have any other, so you can then please call me, then I can talk to you privately. For your particular needs we can talk about. Another question, how does thinking that everything is one create bliss? Will thinking this way remove our current pain and suffering? It is two levels we have to understand. Two levels. One is the material level, in which level we are. If we can lift the mind, as I said, yes, our current pain and suffering is so long, your mind is active. Suppose I am suffering and I am in pain. If some doctor, now doctors do that. When you are in extreme pain, they give pain medication, isn't it? When the pain medication is given, what happens? Really the pain goes away from the body? The pain continues. Only it goes to the brain maybe, and it cannot connect to the mind. Mind is switched off. You are calling me, my phone is engaged. So the mind does not connect with it. That's why we don't feel the pain. Think of that. What simple pain. One is going for heart surgery or many major surgery or any surgery. They give you anesthesia. And what they do then? Do not they cut the ribs and bring out the heart, then cut it, all the vein and this and that. What a terrible thing goes on. Why don't you feel anything? Because you have no mind. Absence of mind. Our mind has been benumbed. So if you can benumb your mind in this way, why not benumb your mind with a lofty thought? Ramakrishna, Turiyananda, all these stories you know. Sri Ramakrishna, one day, who was cleaning his throat? Buddha Gopal Dada or who? That day we read. So, and Sri Ramakrishna felt little pain. And then he said, I cannot clean it because you are getting hurt. I don't want to do that. Then Ramakrishna said, okay, now you do. I will not feel anything. Bas. And he cleaned very well and he didn't feel anything. When the mind can be lifted, where is your mind? You are there. If the mind is absent, you are not there. See, suppose you are reading a book with much intense concentration, and I say and go and tell you something, and I thought you have heard. After a few minutes you say, why did you not do that? If I ask you, what you say? Huh? What? I don't know anything. I told you don't know anything because I was not there. My mind was not there. So the mind has the capacity. So if we train our mind to think the mind of some divine thoughts or lift it into something, then the pain and things will be reduced. But at this point, we'll not only thinking that everything is one, is not for me. That's why at this state of ours, as I said already, discussed, we have to do selfless activity, we have to think of the good of others, we have to be self-restrained, we have to be prayerful, we have to take the mantra, japa, prayer, devotion. All these will gradually purify the mind, and then mind will be capable of doing this type of control. So another question. Can you explain why we are all one consciousness and not individual consciousness? Yes, no. Why we are all one consciousness and not individual consciousness? Individual consciousness, yes, that's why I say I am Sarvadevananda. And you say you are Sirish. No. Yes, individual consciousness, individual bulb that does not stop the cosmic current behind it. So this consciousness, see, look at that. The consciousness manifesting through my body and the cosmic consciousness which is behind. Are they two different? No. It is only manifesting through one bulb. So the reality is the major idea of the cosmic consciousness. And that cosmic consciousness is manifesting through my mind, my ego, my little petty body, mind, ego, identity. To this, that is me. If you take all these petty things, then what I am? I am nothing but God, or I am but nothing but the divine. I am nothing but Brahman. Yes, that is the point. Cosmic consciousness and individual consciousness, it is only fictitious word. I cannot see without that consciousness. I cannot sleep without that consciousness. I cannot be dreaming without that consciousness. We have discussed this many times. So that individual consciousness, no contradiction. Individual, we feel that is my consciousness. No, you have no special consciousness. You are like Wi-Fi connection. It is supplying everyone. Only you know the password. And then you can work on your own computer. We can have 1,000 computer. You know the password, then you can connect with that. That's all. That Wi-Fi is separate for you, separate for me, or it is for my computer only or your computer. Yes, it is manifesting through my computer. It can manifest through your computer. You only put the password. So this is the one consciousness behind our little consciousness. They are not contradictory. Okay, thank you. How can one get back on spiritual path after one falls from the ideal? Oh, that is Swami Vivekananda is there to help us. He said, never mind failures. Failures are the pillars of success. Once you fail, what is there wrong in it? Good, you learned out of it. You will be strong. Next time you will be not make a mistake. So move on, start a fresh beginning. That is Swamiji's idea. Okay, understand? I think that is the point. Vedanta is for pessimistic people. It is not for the negative people. And pessimistic, so much pessimistic, they say, I did something wrong. I am proud that I did something wrong. Because optimistic. No, yeah, we are optimistic in this way that we have done something wrong. Not that I will go and do the same thing. But I have learned out of that, and that is an experience for me. And without that experience, I could not have understood that mistake. So take this positive way. That does not, as I said again and again, please don't misunderstand. Because I have done something wrong, okay, I'll do again today. Oh, it is nothing. Then you are a cheat. You are cheating yourself. But if you think that was bad, and you have done something wrong, it is a failure, take a resolution, I will not do. Even with so much resolution, with your all sincere effort, you fail. Again, try. Try and try and try. And you will gain it. Victory is yours. That's Swami Vivekananda. No? So, Vedanta gives this positive feeling that nothing is lost. All experiences are necessary for the spiritual growth. So, thank you all. So, we end here our reading. Tomorrow will be the gospel class, and I will be there for 7:30 p.m. And then tomorrow anything is there? Yeah, 10:30 is the Katha Upanishad. Tomorrow 10:30 in the morning will be Katha Upanishad. Is available in the same YouTube channel, and evening will be 7:30 Gospel. Thank you. We'll see you. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat Shri Ram Krishna Arpanamastu.